Motown, Detroit, Michigan, home of Lake St. Clair, one of the best smallmouth bass lakes in the country, and site of the $409,450 Big Kmart Bassmaster Top 150. The season opening event of the $6 million Bassmaster Tournament Trail, here on TNN Outdoors. Ah!
Hello, I'm Fish Fishburne.
And I'm Shaw Grigsby. Welcome to the Bassmasters.
Well, Shaw, there certainly wasn't any problem getting those big smallmouth bass to cooperate on Lake St. Clair.
Lake St. Clair is an incredible fishery. Many pros consider it to be the best smallmouth lake in the country. It's big, clear, measures about 420 square miles. The water temperatures this week are in the high 60s, low 70s. The lake's down about 3.5 feet, so bass will probably relate to the deeper water. We talked with local pro Kim Stricker, actually we call him the King, who won the last Bassmaster tournament here back in 1994, to find out what the lake's like this week.
Lake St. Clair is getting so much better. The zebra mussels are clearing the water up. We get more weed beds growing. There's tremendous weights coming in, but the lake is different right now. The water's about 3 foot low, and where I normally catch my fish up on flats, I'm not catching the big groups of fish like that. Most of the groups, the big schools of fish, are coming deep. They're off the edges in up to 30 foot of water. I'm catching these fish. So it's more of a deep pattern for, that good solid 3 to 4 pound average. At least that's what I'm finding.
Let's go to the leaderboard. After day one, Florida pro and TV host Roland Martin holds the early lead with 22 pounds 14 ounces, and Larry Nixon trails by about 2.5 pounds. We'll be back with highlights and interviews from Big Kmart Bassmaster Michigan Top 150 after this.
Shaw Grigsby, winner of almost $1 million on the Bassmaster Tournament Trail.
Being a success on today's professional tournament trails, like the Bassmasters or WCF, takes more than just the right equipment. It takes a lot of skill and a few secrets. For instance, most anglers peg their weights when pitching a flipping tube in heavy cover. Denny Brower seldom pegs his weight and as a result catches more bass. That's the kind of fish catching secrets that we pros share with the members of Bass in the pages of Bassmaster magazine. 11 big issues a year are loaded with tips and techniques that will help you consistently land more bass. So if you want to join those of us in the know, become a member of Bass Angler Sportsman Society. Call now and sign up. We'll rush you this great tackle pack absolutely free.
Receive 11 issues a year of Bassmaster magazine and a free tackle pack including Berkley's Tournament Strength Craws, Trilene Sensithin Line, the Terminator Spinnerbait, and a copy of Structure Basics. Call 1-877-227-7320 to join B.A.S.S. today.
The most important part of life is not where you're going. It's what you leave behind.
Welcome back to the Bassmasters.
Roland Martin had that tremendous 22-pound, 14-ounce stringer on day one. And even though conditions were almost the same on day two, a change in wind direction meant a change in Martin's strategy.
Today, things really changed. It was another rainy, cloudy day like yesterday, but yesterday they hit a big spinnerbait. I was throwing a big half-ounce spinnerbait, rolling it over this shallow grass in about 7 or 8 feet of water, and I caught all 5 of my big keepers, those 22 pounds, 14 ounces. They came up and slammed that spinnerbait. But today I threw that spinnerbait on all those good spots, only caught 1 keeper, and it was about a 4-pounder. It was the only one I caught, and then I had to go to the tube jig. And I got on the inside of the grass lines. There was one particular grass line across on the Canadian side. where it dropped from about 5 feet to about 10 feet and it was grass. And I was throwing the tube up in that 5 and 6 foot water and coming into the grass with the tube, and they were taking it right on the grass line at about 6 or 7 feet of water. And I caught about 15 bass on the tube from about 10 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. So I left the fish biting. I had those 18 pounds. I figured that was good enough to keep the lead going. And I just went and looked for some new fish, and I never did find any more new fish, but I do have that one good school.
Meanwhile, Larry Nixon was fishing an area near the mouth of the Detroit River, where he concentrated on a small, hard-bottom area estimated to be only 20 yards wide. Strong currents made making a perfect cast a necessity, and that can make a difference come weigh-in time.
This little area that I'm fishing is it's kind of a little slot that goes up in behind the actual river channel itself. And I mean, there's a bar on the river bank, and then it drops off into this little groove back there. And evidently these fish are moving up into that area to get out of that current. But it's real hard to fish, and you got to use a heavy head. I'm throwing a skirted twin tail with a half-ounce head and making real long casts with it and throwing it on big line, and once it hits the bottom I'm just winding it along real slow, and that way I can stay in contact with it, because it's real hard to, this spot is hard to fish. I mean, it's really hard to fish. When the fish get it, a lot of times I don't even know it. They'd either push the bait at me or they just kind of catch it as it's bouncing along the bottom, and I'm missing quite a few fish, but it's, you know, they're big ones. It's a good area. St. Clair is one of the greatest lakes that I've ever fished, and I can't imagine how many holes there is like this one out there that I just haven't found yet. I mean, it's extremely hard to find them because it's such a flat lake, but when you find them, they're really there.
Alabama pro Jeff Barnes, in third place after day one, continues to catch fish on his spinnerbait pattern.
I'm just burning the spinnerbait across the tops of grass, little clumps of grass, little strips of bands of grass on this flat. I think the fish are just moving out of the river channel out here onto this flat to feed. And I'm reeling the bait real fast, just under the surface, trying to draw a reaction strike. And spinnerbait's usually only about less than a foot below the surface as I reel it in. That fish hit the bait real hard. And you lose some, but you just cover a lot of water, and the fish kind of roam around, I think, in schools or packs, and a lot of times when you catch one, you'll catch 2 or 3.
Rob Kilby from Hot Springs, Arkansas, started out the day in 16th place, but with this great 17-pound, 12-ounce stringer, he moves all the way to 8th.
And Larry Nixon had an 18-pound, 3-ounce stringer on day 2, but Martin followed his phenomenal opening day with a 17-pound, 14-ounce bag that helped him maintain almost a 2-pound lead.
In third place is Jeff Barnes, followed by Art Ferguson and Kim Stricker.
We've got big actions on day 3 from Lake St. Clair coming up, so stick around.
You've got to trust that sonar. You've got to believe in that sonar. You've got to have a unit that you know when you see fish that it's literally fish. A lot of the units that I've used in the past, they weren't capable of doing that. I have played with it enough now that I completely trust it. I have not caught it lying to me yet. If it marks fish, there are fish. If it doesn't mark fish, unfortunately, they're not fish. There's times I wish it was lying, but it wasn't.
For a limited time, when you buy a qualifying Mercury 4-stroke outboard, you'll receive 2 Motorola Talkabout radios and an extended 3-year warranty absolutely free. It's the clean, quiet power of a 4-stroke, the performance of a Mercury, with free radios and an extended 3-year warranty. No wonder people are talking. See participating dealer for details. Offer good January 1st through April 15th, 2000. Call 1-800-MERCURY or visit www.mercurymarine.com for the dealer nearest you.
Bass bite and won't let go. Bass bite and won't let go. Bass bite and won't let go. Scent and flavor enhanced Berkley Power Bait. You'll feel more bites, scent more hooks, and catch more bass. Because when you fish power bait, fish bite and won't let go.
Welcome back to the Bassmasters. Shaw, day 3 is an important day in the top 150 tournaments.
Absolutely, Fish. Day 3 is an elimination day. Only the top 10 anglers will advance to the final round. And that means only those 10 guys have a chance at the $100,000 first place prize. That's why you'll see these guys get a lot more intense, especially when they lose a fish.
Let's take a look at day 3 action. Clark Winlet is right on the bubble to make the cut. Let's see how he's doing.
It's been going pretty good. I had a little place early and I had a bunch of bites there and dadgummit, lost one right there. I got about 15 pounds. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take about 17 pounds a day to make the top 10, and I've got 34, so I need another 17. But you know, I had my chances this morning. I had a 5-pounder right next to the boat, totally played out, and I had about a 4-pounder totally played out right next to the boat, and both of them just came unhooked. It was just one of those things that happens, but these fish just fight too hard. I don't know, you love them when you're out there playing, but in a tournament you get one on and you're regretting that he fights for 5 minutes before you can ever get him in the boat.
Larry Nixon has been catching his fish later in the morning, but today the dinner bell rang early.
I really wasn't expecting these fish to be biting early because I've been having to wait on them every morning for about an hour. And first cast, I caught one about 2.5 pounds. And so I knew I'd done right by coming here first, and it didn't take long. I had a limit by about 8 o'clock, about an hour I had a limit. But they're biting so funny today. I'm missing a lot of them. I'm losing fish. The current is so strong here that they just push the bait at me and I'm not getting a hook in them or something. I don't know what's going on.
Because the water's down about 3 foot, the fish don't come up on these flats as well as they did, let's say, back in '94 when I won the tournament. In fact, every spot that I caught the fish that won that tournament, not one of them has a fish on it. So it's changed quite a bit. But I still have a few flats that I've been able to catch some fish off early in the morning. Look, it's 8:30. I've got a small limit right now, and I won't fish on the flats too much longer, and then I'm going to go out and fish out in that 20 foot of water where I've been catching my better fish. But I like to have a decent limit before I do that because that deep fishing is kind of slow. And I'm a lot more relaxed when I at least have a limit. So I've been able to get about 14 pounds or so in the morning and then go to my deeper fish. But I'll be lucky right now if I got 11 pounds. So I need a couple 3-pounders anyway. And I caught a couple on this flat 2 days ago.
Roland's got a limit, and he's trying hard to stay in first place.
Well, my strategy for tomorrow, I got to come back here, I guess. This is loaded with fish. I'm going to have to just work on these fish in the morning, try to get another 15 pounds, and then go. Well, I got a 5-pounder here yesterday and a 4-pounder, so and I got a 4-pounder again today, so there's a few big fish here. If I get a couple that size, I can get 17 or 18 pounds and win the tournament. Right, my problem is I was only 1 pound and 14 ounces ahead of Larry, and I got about a little over 14 pounds. So that means if he has over 16 pounds, he'll take the lead today. I know that I'm in the top 10, but I'm hoping to get another big fish. If I can get about look at that little one. If I can get about a 5-pounder right now, that will be really good, because then if I get a 5-pounder, I could call, then he'll need 19 pounds. That's more like it.
Let's see if Stricker's strategy of moving to deep water pays off.
It's 9:15. I started this morning out on the shallow flats to catch a quick limit. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 days, catch a quick limit, and then come for these deeper fish. These deeper fish are slow. There's one right there. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. A big one. Come on, darling, I need that one. You too can be a highly paid professional bass angler. Stay on there, darling. Good job. All right. That's the ones I'm looking for. Thanks, partner. I'm a Jimmy Houston wannabe.
Larry Nixon's 17-pound, 12-ounce bag takes over the lead from Roland Martin. And a 19-pound stringer takes Robert Kilby all the way to third place, followed by Ken Stricker with another solid weigh-in. The final day is set.
Now there's a new way to get all the great gear you want from Bass Pro Shops. Check out BassPro.com, the official Bass Pro Shops website. Log on to BassPro.com anytime you want to shop. With over 50,000 products just a mouse click away, Bass Pro Shops Online is your one-stop source for fishing, hunting, camping, and the great outdoors. Plus great fishing tips, upcoming events, and more. BassPro.com is your sportsman's paradise on the internet. Bass Pro Shops, where you get more outdoors for your money.
Rugged SUV light truck tires, reliable passenger tires, SCCA winning high performance tires, world-class quality, value pricing. Kumo.
Way to go.
He's not going to do it.
What? Oh, yes, he will.
Do what? Take us to your secret spot.
I'll take you if you use my oil.
I'm not giving up my Pennzoil Marine.
He's not giving up his Pennzoil Marine.
You don't have to.
New Pennzoil Marine 100% synthetic. It's biodegradable.
Protects your engine and the water.
And it meets all manufacturer requirements? Mercy.
Pennzoil Marine 100% synthetic. The right equipment for fishing.
Are you going to take us?
He'll take us.
$10 for lunch? I heard of a guy got a brand new car for that.
Sounds like a Darrell Waltrip story.
Oh, I swear it's true. This guy was at the track, he sees this notice, says brand new hot rod, $10.
No, it's not a misprint. Stop by and see for yourself.
Turns out her husband met this little gal at the track, and he ran off to Tahiti with her. And he told his wife to sell the car and send him the money.
No.
Now at Kmart.
Yes, look what a smallmouth. Wow! Isn't that pretty? Well, I imagine right now, after culling that one, I've got probably, 16 pounds, I guess. I need to catch me, I've got two nice ones in there, about 4 pounds apiece, one a little over 4, and everything else is, of course, over 3 pounds. But I need 20 pounds today, so I've got 2 of the 5 that I need that are 4-pounders. So I just need to catch me 3 more 4-pounders and everything will be good.
Let's see how our leader, Larry Nixon's doing.
Shaw, I spoke with Larry Nixon on the weigh-in stage. Earlier in the week, he told me he has one spot that he's catching all of these giant fish off of.
That's unbelievable. One little spot, he makes the right cast, and he gets monster smallmouth like this. And it's early morning.
It is, and Shaw, he boat flips these fish. It's totally amazing. Here you're fishing for $100,000, and he's just swinging the fish up in the boat. He's got a dip net laying right next to him.
Yeah, you know, we're allowed to use dip nets this year, which we haven't in the past. But you can tell when he's got a smaller fish, he just rears back, throws him in the boat. When he gets a big one, I'll guarantee you he'll pull out the dip net.
All right, Shaw, put yourself in that situation as Nixon is. If you catch a 4-pound bass, are you going to use the net?
You betcha. Right now, I'd be going for it every fish. But he's pretty well got this down. He's throwing a Carolina rig, looks like, and he's hooking them, taking his time with them. He just kind of brings them on up and then swings them. You can see, because of the clear water, ooh, look at this. He's got a problem with his rod right there, his reel, trying to pick up the line. Oh, goodness, I guarantee that was a heart attack in the making right there. But you can see these fish because the water's clear, and you can see how well they're hooked.
All right, we've gone to Roland. Now he's going to make his charge here. There's another good fish, and Roland's leaning into him. He's got a casting rod there, and Roland told me earlier in the week he was throwing a chartreuse-colored spinnerbait, tandem willow leaf blades. You can see it right there, and he's boated that fish.
Boy, that's a grand fish. You know, this guy is the ultimate competitor. He never gives up. He's been there since, you know, day one in bass fishing, and he's always in contention.
Here's a spinning rod. Oh, he blew it. He lost that fish, Shaw. That's going to come back to haunt him. It could
be. This is Timmy Horton. This guy just qualified for the top 150 this year. This is his very first tournament, but he is a smallmouth expert. He's raised up there around Pickwick Lake in northern Alabama, and he knows how to catch smallmouth. So I suspect this tournament you'll see him do quite well.
You know, you've got to wonder about a rookie like Timmy Horton. He's in the front of the boat, and we've got a camera operator in the back of his boat. Probably making him pretty nervous right about now.
You know, I think the competition, being in the top 10 in your very first top 150 is got to be intense.
All right, we're back to Larry Nixon, and he has got, it looks like a 4 or 5 pound small. There he goes for the net.
Goodness gracious, you know this is going to be a big one.
Right there.
And, ooh, he's trying hard. And he misses him. He's missing him right there. He just can't. Oh, goodness, that must be a 5-pounder fish.
It's driving him crazy.
You know his heart is beating right there, knowing that if he gets this in the net, jumps straight into the net. That could be the tournament.
It looked like a Carolina rig he was throwing. All right, we're back with, that's Rob Kilby, Shaw.
Mr. Arkansas right there. You know, he is really working hard. He's done a great job this whole tournament catching big stringers of smallmouth, and it looks like he's just dragging a tube real slow.
These guys told me that green pumpkin and watermelon seed tubes and spider jigs were their key baits when they were fishing those flats.
Yeah. Now, Rob here just used the net right off the bat. Look at him, he's just real slow, gets him to bite, takes his time, and that's a real special key to catching fish, is taking your time. Don't try to set the hook instantaneously when you feel the bite. Take a little bit of time and you'll hook almost every one of them.
You know, these smallmouth are notorious for the way they jump. Everybody always says when you hook a big bronzeback, watch out because he's going to the sky.
They do.
Did you experience that in this tournament?
Absolutely. You know, they would clear 4 feet in midair. But Rob's done a wonderful job right here. Looks like he's going to be definitely in contention for this $100,000 first place prize.
All right, now it's weigh-in time, and these guys, there must be a lot of thought going through their head, Shaw. What do you think they're thinking?
Well, you know, when you get to the final 10 like this, you pretty much know the stringer size that you need to catch, and they're just hoping they got enough to take in the big prize.
It's a 5-fish limit, and here's Kilby. That's probably his 4th fish right there, and whoop, one bounces out.
Better get that one.
You're going to need 15 pounds, 1 ounce to move up.
Well, it'll be close.
It's going to be real close, Rob. Look at those fish. Here we go. Wait for Rob Kilby. 17 pounds, 2 ounces. He's done it. Roland, you're going to need 15 pounds and 1 ounce.
I think I got it.
Watch the weight for Mr. Roland Martin. 17 pounds, 2 ounces. 17.2, Roland. Oh, boy, Larry Nixon, welcome. You're going to need 16 pounds and 2 ounces.
Weigh 'em, suckers.
He doesn't even want to talk about it. He's won over $1 million in his career with the Bass Angler Sportsman Society, and he's shaking like a leaf. He's going to need 16.2. Let's watch the weight. 16 pounds, 13 ounces. He's won it. You won it, Larry. $100,000, Larry Nixon. Look at those smallmouth bass.
Amazing. Larry Nixon wins his first Bassmaster event in 7 years by a mere 12 ounces over longtime friend Roland Martin.
And you know, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Everybody that knows Larry Nixon realizes what a fantastic guy and a tremendous angler he really is.
Absolutely. So here are the final standings. Larry Nixon takes home $100,000 first place prize, plus $2,000 for big fish honors on both the first and the fourth day.
And Roland Martin finishes in the second spot with a check for $38,000, followed by Rob Kilby, $28,000.
Fish, let's review the winning pattern.
Well, Shaw, Larry was using a variety of baits. He had 3 different lures. One of them was the Berkeley skirted twin-tail spider grub, and his other bait, a Yamamoto hula grub, which was impaled on a 1/2 to 3/4 ounce football jig head. Now, he also Carolina rigged a Berkeley power lizard, and that's the bait that caught the big bass first and fourth day of the event.
Now let's go to the pros pointer with this week's Top 150 winner, Larry Nixon.
One of the hardest things in bass fishing is fishing a spot that's got real heavy current or fishing a spot that's in extremely deep water. And what most people do wrong in that situation is they don't use a heavy enough weight. And one of the keys to winning this tournament here was definitely staying in bottom contact. A Berkeley power skirted twin tail and a real heavy head, a 3/4 ounce head or a 1 ounce head to stay on the bottom. That current keeps the bait bumping along, so you just more or less just retrieve it fast enough to stay in contact so that you feel the fish hit. And the same thing stands true for a Carolina rig. If the current slows down and the fish quit biting, switch to a Carolina rig with like a 1 ounce sinker, and it will stay in contact with the bottom, and that way you're keeping your lure in the strike zone.
Well, Fish, what a great way to kick off the season.
I agree, Shaw, and I encourage all of our viewers, if they get a chance, to go fish on beautiful Lake St. Clair. It's truly one of the best smallmouth fisheries in the world.
Until next time, I'm Shaw Grigsby.
And I'm Fish Fishburne, and you've been watching the Bassmasters on TNN Outdoors. Join us next week for the big Kmart Bassmaster Top 150 from Vermont's legendary Lake Champlain.